Hello and welcome to Bryant Fitness Systems. I'm Scott Bryant, and thank you for clicking on the video, and please subscribe and I'll give you a big hug. Thank you very much. So this video is all about the science, the confusement of science, and there's so much science out there now that people are getting more and more confused, including trainers. Now, I believe Charles Poliquin was 100% right when he said most of the information in the fitness industry is 50 to 60 to 70 years old. And the reason being, they keep regurgitating the same information constantly to keep the money going and to keep people confused, because the more confused you are, the more trainers are going to get booked with clients and stuff like that. And if you look on TikTok, Instagram and most social media, a lot of it is just pure BS for hits and clicks. Does that make sense? Now you've got Herberman, he's a scientist obviously, and some of his stuff he's saying is pretty good. But you've got to remember he's a recovering alcoholic, addicted type person. And the other scientist, I can't remember his name, and he was showing doing some sort of exercise which he was doing completely wrong. And this is what happens when you get guys with huge egos because they're scientists and doctors. Like I spoke to a doctor about 27 years ago and he went, your cholesterol is too high, you need to take cholesterol lowering drugs. And I went, why? And he went, because you're going to die early. I went, I'm not going to die early, and I want high cholesterol because I work out all the time and I don't want my cholesterol to be low, because if it's low, my testosterone will be low. So I said, what are the side effects then? And he went, well, the side effects are you're going to get aches and pains, and now scientifically they found that you can get dementia from taking statins. So I said to him, I've got no aches or pains apart from DOMs when I train. So what do I need to take this stuff for? And he went, I can't convince you, can I? I went, of course you can't. I said, you should read the book, Cholesterol, the Myths. And once you've read that book, see if you still want to sell a drug to people that you want them to take it for the rest of their life. So big farmers making money constantly and making the person sicker. And this is the thing that annoys me, is that a lot of the scientist guys are saying take this, take that, do this, do that, but do they have the gargantuan physique? Do they have 40, 50 years of training experience? A lot of them don't. A lot of it's just theory, but some of it is good, like they've done a study on steroids and how much muscle mass you can gain compared to sitting on a sofa. And if you're sitting on a sofa doing steroids, you can still gain 20% of muscle without even training. But if you do diametric tension, where you're squeezing your muscles and putting your mind into the muscle, if you read the power, what's it called, the Mind Gym, that says in there scientifically that it's proven just thinking and squeezing your muscles makes a difference to the muscle, and you'll keep it for longer, which is great science. Does that make sense? And now, what's his name? Dave Asprey has said that, VO2 max training doesn't need to be done for 4 hours a week to get your VO2 max up. Scientifically proven, you only need to do 15 minutes. And this is absolutely excellent information. And I like it when information like that comes out. Like HIIT training was designed in the 1960s. It wasn't by this doctor that died a while ago. I think last year he died on a hiking trip. Mysteriously died. And he was pushing out there HIIT training. And I can remember when I was, this 20 years ago nearly, I was in the gym and all the guys were talking about HIIT training. I was like, it's 30 years old, what the fuck are you talking about? It's just because this doctor publicised it in the BBC, which we all know to be total crap, and made it popular. But what he didn't say is that if you've got forward head posture, inverted breathing pattern, anterior pelvic tilt, muscles that are short, tight and weak, HIIT training is the way you're going to injure yourself super fast, I guarantee it. I saw a client and she went CrossFit 4 times and ripped the annulus in her disc on her spine, and I had to work with her for a long while to get to rehabilitate her whole body, to get her out of pain because of CrossFit training, you know. And this is what annoys me. People will jump onto anything like Monjaro now. Oh, I'm going to take Monjaro to lose weight because I'm a lazy cunt and I can't be bothered to go down the gym or go for a walk or look at my diet. But what they're not realising, they're losing muscle and they're losing bone tissue. So if you're a woman in your 40s or 50s and women get osteoporosis as they age, you're speeding that process up. So the chances of you breaking bones and then not repairing is huge, just to look skinny. It just winds me up that these drugs can be put out there, then the scientist and the doctor will both back each other up, hoping that more people will buy it because they make more money from it. It just winds me up when all you got to do is eat properly, exercise right, keep doing it, and you keep in shape. And the body rewards you by you looking after yourself. So if you look at the history of physical culture, there's loads of documentation of, you know, young women, older men, younger men gaining muscle size and strength just through doing it naturally. No drugs, no protein, no creatine, just hardcore training. And in my training of over 35 years, I've met women and guys. I don't take any supplements, Scott. I just train. And they still look really, really good. So you've got to ask yourself the question, do you really need to take all these supplements and listen to all this, you know, science? And I have guys coming up to me and they go, oh, have you read this science? I'm like, no, my body is science. Look at it. You know, I'm in good shape for a 54-year-old. Yes, I need to drop a bit more body fat because I want to get down to 14 stone. But I know what to do to be able to do that. Does that make sense? So it really annoys me, all this BS science that's always pushed out there constantly. And then doctors going, oh, this is the way, that is the way of how to exercise. Or saying to people, oh, right, you're having this operation on your back, so you shouldn't exercise for 12 weeks. That means that all the gains that they've made with their trainer or on their own have completely gone. And it's going to take them another 24 weeks to get them gains back. When really, after your operation, if your pain is at a 5, you should be exercising to stop the muscle atrophy, to stop you losing muscle. And this is what some scientists and some doctors and some chiropractors don't know. I remember a client of mine, and he come to me with severe back pain. He was like 3 stone overweight, and I went, let's have a look at your diet. So I looked at his diet, done a 10-day diet log, and I said to him, you're eating too many carbs. No, I'm eating the perfect diet. I said, well, if you're eating a perfect diet, why are you a fat cunt? And he went, well, there's no need to be rude. I went, well, you need to listen. And if I need to swear at you to make you listen, then listen. So I got him on the metabolic typing diet. He lost all the weight, and all of a sudden I was Jesus to him, right? So then I said, right, we're going to start doing some strength and conditioning together to get rid of your lower back pain. And he had a discal issue that if he was to over-rotate, it could make it much, much worse. So we stayed doing exercises where he was doing squats up and down, very, very light deadlifting, cable pulls. I wasn't ever getting him to over-rotate too much until I got his pain right down. So he got his pain down to about a level 2. So I said to him, whatever you do, you're going on holiday, don't do any over-rotation yet because your body's not ready. So he rings me up, he went, oh, my back's really, really, really hurting. So I said, right, you've been on holiday. It should be, most people when they go on holiday, all their pains disappear because they're relaxing, they're not stressed out and all that type of stuff. So I said to him, so what have you been doing? He went, oh, I was swinging my child round on the, on the beach and throwing them. And I went, that's exactly what I told you not to do. So then we were like having a coffee and we're having a chat, and he said, but my chiropractor said to me that you getting me to do heavy lifts is completely wrong. And because I'm a builder, I think I know more than you about the human body. And I went, well, I've done a 6 years master's, mate. I've read over 1,000 books. I'm sure you haven't on about health. And I've been working with many, many clients and helped all of them. And so I said, so did your chiropractor, has he got a six-pack? No. Does he exercise? No. I went, so he don't know what the fuck he's talking about, does he? And then I said, look, let's call it a day then. Let's stop working together. Obviously, you think that you know better. I don't know why you paid me to come to me when you think you know better. And some people can be right arseholes like that. They'll go, like, I was chatting to my dentist who I get on really well with. You have to get on really well with your dentist because she puts needles in your mouth. And she said to me that when she's treating a patient, they'll tell her how to even do the drilling. I'm like, really? I thought it was just me gets that. So she gets that as well. And I think every profession does. Like the lawyer will be going, right, we've got to do it this way. But then the person that doesn't have the law degree go, no, I want you to do it this way. Does that make sense? Which it should never be like that. You should always listen to the professional like I do. If I go in, apart from a doctor, unless the doctor I know, I've got a really good friend as a doctor that I've known for 25 years and I trust the stuff that he says. But logically, if I think it's wrong, then I won't take it on board, if that makes sense. And this is what's happened with doctors, is that Charles Parliquin spoke about this, is that doctors can do a 6-year degree, but it doesn't mean they're a good doctor. And the same with a dentist. There's a dentist locally, he's known as the butcher, because he does such a bad job. Whereas if you pay a bit more, you don't get the butcher, you get somebody that really cares and does a much better job, if that makes sense. So you've really got to watch these elite professionals that have spent hundreds of years studying, that's an exaggeration, and then they think they know it all, and they're so far in their ego, they can't see beyond their nose, if that makes sense. But if a doctor's got a really open mind, like, I can't think of his name, but his picture will come up, and he was getting people off of antidepressants, getting them to do cold baths, getting them to do cold showers, getting them to do all these healing remedies in which to get them all off of medical drugs. And I think that is brilliant. I really love that. And I think the doctors should think more like this. Like now, if you go and have a tooth out, I had a wisdom tooth out a while ago, and the doctor and the dentist said to me, right, you're having no antibiotics, brilliant, I'll never take them anyway, but you need to swish with your mouth with salt water every day till it heals up. Exactly what I did. So I didn't ruin my gut health and my gut biome by taking antibiotics that wipe out everything. So then people wonder, well, right, I've taken antibiotics, I feel better, but 3 months later they're ill again. Antibiotics, ill again, antibiotics. It wipes out the gut biome, it causes so much damage. But the doctors won't look at that because of what they studied. Unfortunately, a lot of it is 40 to 60 years old. And a lot of doctors do not update their education. They think, right, I've got my degree, I'm on my 100k, I've got my 1,000 patients, they're all going to listen to me because I'm the doctor. But if you was to question your doctor, they get the hump. And then if you're in there in the UK anyway, if you're in the doctor's surgery for any longer than 15 minutes, they're getting even more moodier. And this is where holistic C.H.E.K practitioners like myself come in, is that I'll spend as long as I need to with my client, as long as they're paying me, to educate them on what they need to do. how to get the gut healthy, how to eradicate certain foods that cause irritation in the gut, as well as if you've got, say, arthritis, let's get you on a no grain diet, because then you'll see your pain will go down. And my uncle, he had psoriasis and all these other issues, decided to stop drinking and to stop sugar, all completely cleared up. Oh, I wonder why. So really, when you look at the science, and the science guys are on YouTube pushing fitness, look at their physique and really listen to what they're saying. And take what you think is right and ditch what you think is wrong. And some of it is wrong because they're getting money. They want you to have this lab test. They want you to do this and that because they're making money out of it. And a lot of it is not snake oil salesman. It's more like, this is the only way, when it isn't the only way. And when I see clients, I never go down one route. I go down the route that's right for them. So if I say to a client, right, I want you to do this antifungal diet to help you to drop weight, and they say, no, I'm not doing that, I'll say, okay, do calorie counting then. It won't work in the long run, but you can do it. And they'll go, okay, Scott, I'll try that. Then when they realise it's not working, it's boring, and it's really detracting from the health and not adding to it, then they go, right, I'll do it your way. But 99% of the time, they're coming to me, they're paying me a lot of money. So if you're not listening, it's really, really stupid, isn't it? Of that person to be paying me to hear what I'm saying and then not do any of it. What is the point of that? I just don't get it. But it happens to all the professionals, not just me. Every professional has a client that's a pain in the bum. So I hope you've enjoyed this video about my view on science. Some of it is good, but some of it is complete nonsense, and it's bought and paid for by the company that's trying to push what they're trying to push. Like, look at vaping. Vaping was the dog's bollocks. Everybody should be doing it instead of smoking, and now they've banned it in the UK because they know all the damage it was doing in the first place. Of course they knew. And I looked at it and I'm like, it's got that toxin in it, it's got that in it, it's got that in it, it's got that in it. Oh, one other thing. And that AG1 supplement that Joe Rogan is pushing. Who else is pushing it? Oh, and a couple of the scientists are pushing it, and some trainers are only pushing it because they get $100 kickback on it. And if you look at the ingredient, it's got a cracking agent in it. Look at the cracking agent, then Google it, and the cracking agent causes gut irritation and other problems. And I had a client of mine that was on it and he was getting gut problems. I said, you need to stop taking it. Oh, but it's making me feel brilliant. Oh, is it really? Why'd you keep farting and moaning about your belly then? All right, then I'll stop it. How long do you want me to stop it for? Well, really, forever, but how about 10 days? So I sent in the link of what it said about the ingredients and the irritation that one of the ingredients caused. Then I educate them about the supplement. The ingredients in the supplement is so low, it's like you get more stuff coming out of your poo, do you know what I mean? So you might as well eat your own poo. And after I said that to him, he stopped it completely. He said, Scott, you're completely right. My belly's not inflaming, and obviously I'm saving money because he was in a prescription where he was paying every month. And I went, can you see where the scientists will put their name behind it because more stupid people will buy it? So thanks very much. Please subscribe. Hope you liked the video. A very controversial video, but sometimes you've got to do things that wind people up. Thank you. Bye.